Jada is back at it, here to give everyone another Game of Thrones Season 2 episode reaction video. Before I get into that, though, it's pretty important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Game of Thrones, or you're just not sure, then you should probably take the initiative and pay attention to the episode title, which, of course, I'll put in the description for you. If that's the case, you find out that you're not caught up, I would suggest that you don't watch this video any further just to stay away from any spoilers. This will be Game of Thrones Season 2, Episode number 4. The title of this episode is called Garden of Bones. This will be my reaction review recap of the episode, and I just finished watching it. Robb defeats the Lannister reinforcements in a nighttime attack on the town of Cross in the Westerlands. His bannerman, Lord Roose Bolton, suggests flaying and interrogating the prisoners, but Robb insists on some fair treatment. And then Robb encounters field nurse Talisa and is super impressed by her. After hearing of Robb's victory, Joffrey orders Sansa to be publicly beaten. But Tyrion, thankfully, and Bronn defuse the situation. At Bronn's suggestion, Tyrion sends prostitutes Ros and Daisy to Joffrey, who forces Ros to beat Daisy as a message to Tyrion. Joffrey is one sick and twisted individual. Lancel Lannister informs Tyrion that Cersei has ordered Pycelle's release, no surprise there, and Tyrion tells Lancel that he is aware of his affair with Cersei, but will keep the truth from Joffrey in exchange for Lancel spying on Cersei, which he reluctantly agrees to do. Arya, Gendry, and Hot Pie are brought to the ruined castle Harrenhal, where the Lannister garrison, commanded by the Mountain Sir Gregor Clegane, tortures and kills prisoners for information concerning the Brotherhood. Now, Tywin eventually arrives, ending the brutality and ordering the prisoners to be put to work. Polliver, their guy that's kind of in charge of things beside the mountain, threatens Arya, but she is spared by Tywin, who recognizes that she is a girl and makes her his cupbearer. So that's good. I'm glad that Tywin is a decent person at times. Daenerys receives word from Kavaro that the nearby city of Qarth welcomes the Mother of Dragons. Ser Jorah Mormont cautions that Qarth is located in the brutal desert of the Garden of the Bones, the title of the episode. And Daenerys and her Khalistar meet with Qarth's rulers, the 13, outside the city. The 13 ask to see Daenerys' dragons in exchange for shelter. She asks that her people are attended to first, and the 13 abandon them to the desert. Now, Daenerys swears vengeance should they not be granted, or they're not granted shelter. And one of the 13, Aro Yon Doxos, vouches for Daenerys' people, and I might have mispronounced that name. I'm not recalling exactly how to pronounce that. Vouches for the people through a blood oath, where he cuts himself with his sword like that, and they are allowed inside after that. Now, Littlefinger, he discusses the siege of King's Landing with Renly and Marjorie Marjorie rebuffs Littlefinger's questions, and then Littlefinger meets with Catelyn Stark, who is enraged at the sight of him and tells her the Lannisters want to trade Sansa and Arya for Jaime. And then as a gesture of goodwill, he actually brings her Ned Stark's remains. I don't know if he just brought his head, or both his head and the rest of his body. I'm not sure about that. And then Renly and Catelyn parley with Stannis and Melisandre, and Renly refuses Stannis' offer to surrender in exchange for becoming his heir, and is given until sunrise to reconsider or be destroyed. Stannis don't fuck around. And then during the night, Stannis orders Sir Davos to take Melisandre ashore in secret, and then once ashore, Melisandre reveals she is possibly in late stage pregnancy and gives birth to what could be considered horrific, shadowy figure which disappears in a cloud of smoke. And it was a nice scene to see with Melisandre, but that's how the episode ends. So pretty good stuff, I must say. Though it took me 3 times to watch this episode. I kept dozing off. I don't know why, but it was a good episode. I just apparently was tired. It took me, well, 4 times total to get through the whole thing without missing key parts. So I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a really good episode. There could be a lot of characters in the episode. I mean, a lot of people did a little bit here and there. It's kind of like a coin flip, but I'm going to give it to Robb Stark just because those parts I stayed awake through more. And it wasn't because the episode was boring or anything. Sometimes it's hard to get through some of these episodes of Game of Thrones. Don't know why, but it is. So you've heard what I have to say. Of course, now I want to hear your feedback. So first of all, if you're a fan of Game of Thrones, whether or not you like the end of the show, but if you're a fan of the beginning at least, and you love how it started off, and until they picked up the pace in 7 and 8, go ahead and smash that like button. I want to get double-digit likes at least on this video. If you know anyone that would be interested in anything like this, you can share this video to them. Leave me plenty of comments. You can talk about the episode. You can score the episode. Anything Game of Thrones related. You want to tell me your favorite episodes, least favorite episodes, favorite characters, least favorite characters. I'm really into all that stuff, so leave that in the comment section. And of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.